Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you that are new here, my name is Claudia, and for those of you that are not new here, welcome back. In today's video, we're going to be talking about my second trimester. I wanted to do this for you guys because I did one for my first trimester, and then a lot of you guys do message me on Instagram to see how things are going and stuff like that. Sorry that I'm out of breath. Obviously, it's because I'm pregnant. You are going to hear some noise in the background, and it's because Manny is playing. So don't mind him. I'm sorry that I've been taking forever to film another video for you guys. It's just that there's been a lot going on. You guys will find out as my videos go on. So if you want to know what's going on, make sure to subscribe and to give this video a big thumbs up if you do like it, once you finish watching. Or if you want to go ahead and give it a big thumbs up now, thank you a lot. So let's get started. I'm gonna pretty much go week by week. Some weeks were kind of the same. I didn't know how else to do the video so you guys can see how things have progressed. But a lot of you guys like these types of videos, or when they're extreme. I hope this video is not extremely long, but some of you guys don't mind it. But I do think this is going to be kind of long, so if you want to go ahead and grab a snack, go ahead and grab a snack. And for those of you that are just here, just wanting to watch because you're also pregnant, then I never thought that it was true when people would tell me all pregnancies are different. But once you're pregnant, you do start to see that your pregnancy might be different than someone else's. So I personally feel like I've learned a lot while I've been pregnant, and I'm still learning. But to start off, for my second trimester, obviously it starts at 16 weeks. At 16 weeks, I was feeling really good. I wasn't feeling pregnant at all. I was still, como si nada, bending down, doing all, which I still bend down, but I guess you'll see what I mean as I explain it to you guys. But yeah, at 16 weeks, I was nothing. I was okay, when am I gonna start showing? Because I wasn't showing yet. I just looked chunky. Not chunky, but I had gained a little bit of weight, but that was it. And I was kind of to the point where I want to get my little bump already. I want people to be able to see and all that stuff, because you just want to know what you're gonna look like or what it's gonna feel like and all that stuff. Nada que ver ahora, obviously now you can see my bump. I'll show you guys towards the end. And then at 17 weeks, I have it written down, guys, because I didn't want to forget anything. Because then a lot of the times I'll look back and I'm damn, I didn't mention that, and that's actually something that someone else can relate to. But at 17 weeks, my hair was really dry. I didn't know why it was so dry. Even if I put oil in it, it was just very brittle. My emotions were very high. I think I was just frustrated because I was very congested. I had nosebleeds frequently, in the morning. My hair was really dry, right here, on the bottom of my eyebrows. It was really dry. No matter if I put lotion, nothing was making things better. And whatever I would try, it was just a 2-week thing that I went through, where no matter anything that I would put on my hair or on my skin, nothing was helping it. So it was nothing but dryness. I don't know if it had to do with it being cold outside. But I did notice it a lot more than usual. Then being congested, that was normal. I did tell the doctor it has nothing to do with being sick or having COVID or anything like that. It's just something that some women experience while pregnant, and I was one of those people. I wouldn't bleed a lot from my nose. It's just that when I would blow my nose, obviously I would see the blood, TMI. But yeah, it was frustrating because it was every time in the morning, or sometimes even when I had my mask on for too long at work, I had to go to the washroom and blow my nose because I also felt the inside was very dry. At 18 weeks is when I felt the baby first move. I was so happy because for a while, some people say that they feel the baby move right away, a lot sooner than I did. Or I don't know if it was just that I wasn't familiar with what that feeling was. But at 18 weeks, I can honestly say that I felt the baby move, and it was such a nice feeling. I don't even remember if it was at nighttime or in the morning, but I knew that it was that. I was able to distinguish it, and The way I compare it to the baby moving is you feel like bubbles. At first, and when people would tell me that, I'm like, what do you mean you feel bubbles? Like, does it feel like gas or like what? No, but you can tell the difference. So that's when I first felt the baby move. That was at 18 weeks. I did notice too that my belly was very itchy. I think it had to do with that the fact that it was like starting to grow. So it was like I was gonna soon sorry, I can't even talk. I think that at that moment, that's when my body was starting to like change. I was gonna start to see like the bump growing slowly, and I think that's why my belly was really itchy. I never scratched though. I would just like pat my belly or like rub like in circles. But I would never scratch because I'm trying to avoid stretch marks. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I just personally don't want to later like be like, oh man, like how am I gonna take off the stretch marks and all that stuff, right? But sometimes I know that that's genetic, so there's nothing you can do about it. I have been fortunate that I think I only have one stretch mark up until now, and that's because I always check, and I've only noticed one. And then the next thing is at 19 weeks, the gender was confirmed again. So I feel like I had the gender confirmed so many times, and up until now, people are still like, are you sure it's gonna be a boy? Like, what if it comes out to be a girl? Like, no, because of the situation that I'm in right now, I've had to have the baby's gender confirmed multiple times, not by choice, but because it's happened like either through ultrasound. I've had it done like checked through the labs. I've gone to the 3D, so it's for sure a little boy. Every time that we've gone, they'll tell me that like he spreads his little legs, like he just wants me to know that, you know, it's a little boy. So that's confirmed. It gets annoying after a while. Not anymore. Not so much. Nobody has said anything really, but it got annoying after a while when people would be like still asking me like, are you sure it's a boy? Because they always sometimes they mess up, blah blah blah. And I get it, sometimes they do mess up, but you guys don't understand. Like, I've had the gender confirmed so many times in different ways that I know it's a boy. And then at 19 weeks also, aside from getting the gender confirmed, I got some bad news in my anatomy scan. And I had pelvic pain. The pelvic pain was normal. I did mention it to her that day that I was having a little bit of pelvic pain when I would bend down or when I would walk. Not all the time, but it was just sometimes. But she also said that it had to do with just the changes in my body. Not to worry about it, especially because I wasn't really showing. I hadn't gained weight. I was actually losing like, every time I would go, it'd be like I would lose 2 pounds, a pound, 3 pounds. I think the most I lost was like 3 to 4 pounds when I would go like to a visit. So anyway, she told me not to worry about the pelvic pain, that it would go away. The pelvic pain is more concerning when you're further along, because that means that your belly is getting heavier, so you need to wear like one of those belts on the bottom. But right now, actually, I haven't had pelvic pain. Like I said, that was only before. But yeah, 19 weeks, guys, I got bad news at the anatomy scan. If you guys want me to share with you guys in another video more into detail, because that deserves its own video, just because I know that there might be someone out there that might have questions just like I did. And at the time when I got that information at my anatomy scan, I was, you know, Googling stuff, looking for videos that I could relate to, trying to read articles, and I couldn't find really much I could relate to. So yeah, let me know if you guys would like to know like like what went on at the anatomy scan and stuff like that. Leave me a comment below. Like I said, it's not just so that you guys can watch the video. It's just because I know some of you might have questions, or this might happen to you, and I honestly don't wish it upon anyone. Like, it's not information that you want to get, especially in your first pregnancy. It really puts you in a certain type of mood, and like before I wasn't ready to talk about it, but I feel like I'm in a better place now, and I feel like now if someone asks me a question, I can you know, explain it to you. And I won't like have a breakdown. In the beginning, I just couldn't even talk about it. But like I said, I don't want to stick too long on that because that deserves its own video. And then at 20 weeks, I start to get a lot of heartburn. I still have heartburn. Like from 20 weeks till now, I feel like now the heartburn hasn't stopped. And a lot of you right away say like, oh, it's because you eat a lot of chile, and like no. I get heartburn with anything. There'll be times in the morning where I haven't even ate and I already woke up and I have heartburn. I'll drink water, I get heartburn. I'm telling you, with anything and everything, I get heartburn. I don't know if my baby's just gonna have a lot of hair. I'll be able to confirm that when I have the baby, and I'll be able to tell you guys, you know what? It's true, that myth that I don't know if it's a myth or not, right? But I'll be able to confirm with you guys if it's true that when you get a lot of heartburn, your baby has a lot of hair. I don't know if that's the case or that's just something that I'm going through while pregnant. But the heartburn, I do take Tums for it, not every day. There'll be times where I'm just like, you know, I'm just gonna suck it up. And then there's times where I'll have a Tums. I think you can take 2 a day, but I usually only take 1 a day. And if I get heartburn again in the afternoon, I'll just have to like suck it up because I don't want to keep like taking them. But I noticed that the Tums do work. As soon as I take one, the heartburn goes away. But I don't know if it works for everyone or I've just been lucky that the Tums do work. But I do suggest if you have heartburn, that might be something you guys want to try. There's different flavors. There's chewy kinds. There's like some new ones that came out. But yeah. Also at 20 weeks and until now, another symptom that hasn't changed is that now I have a really hard time sleeping. Right now, I'm like uncomfortable to sleep. Before it was just insomnia. Like I would wake up at 2 o'clock and I didn't know what to do to fall back to sleep. So I just like I would want to get up, turn on the TV, but I'm like, okay, how am I gonna turn on the TV? I have to work the next day. So I've been having a lot of that. I wake up in the middle of the night several times and I can't go back to sleep. And I don't know if it's just my body getting ready for when I have a baby. And you know, I'm also not gonna be able to sleep, you know, waking up in the middle of the night. I don't know, to be honest, if it's just me preparing for that or there's just a lot going on in my mind, especially with all the information that I've been getting because of the circumstances of my pregnancy and stuff like that. But I try not to focus too much on that. I'm just like trying to stay positive and remember that there's people that have it worse. So I just try not to think about it. Just, you know, whatever. If I lose sleep over it, I'm just gonna learn because when I have the baby, it's probably gonna be the same thing. And then at 21 weeks, I had the information I was given at my 19-week anatomy scan. I had it confirmed at 21 weeks. That's when I was sent to a high-risk doctor. And I'm still seeing a high-risk doctor. It's gonna happen all the way throughout my pregnancy. And so the bad news was confirmed. Like I said, I don't want to mention it now because I want to know if it's even something that you guys want to learn about, if it's something you guys even care about. If you do, like I said, I would prefer for you guys to let me know down on the comments. I know a lot of you guys usually message me on Instagram, but when it comes to the videos, I would prefer if you guys would comment below so that way other people can interact and stuff like that. And that way I can also interact with you guys. And then also I started to experience hair loss during my 21 weeks. I think it was because, like I said, there was so much going on and it just felt like everything was tumbling down. And so I had a lot of things going on. I wasn't gaining weight for the same reason, I think, because I was feeling really stressed. My hair was really dry. Then you would get bad news. It's like I went from saying that I was having like such a smooth pregnancy to like, you know, everything just like not falling apart. I don't want to say that because I don't ever want to be ungrateful or say that I'm unhappy, because, you know, baby is still a blessing and I'm still really excited. It's just that at the moment you're just like, why? Like, why do these things have to happen? And at the moment you don't understand them. And I feel like now I've accepted the situation and I'm trying to stay positive and continue to be positive. But at that time, it was just a lot. It was a lot for me to take in. And then at 22 weeks, same thing. 22 weeks, I was still experiencing hair loss. Like, I'm telling you, there was this one time where I brushed my hair and it was, and like from here, I don't know if you guys can tell. I wish, like, there's little pieces. Like, I feel like my hair has grown, but there's little pieces down here. And I remember it was like a big chunk of hair, and when I seen it, I wanted to break down crying, because I'm just like, I cannot believe that much hair fell out. And that only happened to me once. The rest was like a normal amount of hair loss. But there was one specific day, and I think it was around 22 weeks, that I was like no fucking way. I even showed it to one of my friends. I texted her about it, and I was like, dude, I'm so embarrassed to even send you the picture. And she was even like, you know, that's a lot of hair. And I remember asking the doctor, like, is that normal? And he says, you know, a lot of people experience that either during their pregnancy or after. But for me, I think it was the stress. For sure, it was a stress, and I know it was that. Then so at 22 weeks also, I'm like not even mentioning what I was craving. I feel like I'm so focused on the other stuff, but throughout my pregnancy, I was never craving, like in the beginning, I was never craving anything sweet. And then I noticed that like slowly, I started craving a lot of sweet stuff. So like from like 22 to like 24 weeks, I was craving popsicles all the time and gummies. Popsicles, like the strawberry popsicles, de limon, anything that was, I don't know, because I would get really thirsty, so the popsicles would just make me really happy. Like, I had a thing for popsicles for like a good while. I went through stages. Like in the beginning, it was just like fruit, and more like tahini and like stuff like that. And then for a while, it was the popsicles and gummies. And I'm not a sweet person. Like, I don't like candy. I'm more of a chocolate person. But up until now, I actually have never had a craving for chocolate, except for like one time I wanted like chocolate ice cream. But it's just really weird. And then at 23 weeks, I had what is called an amniocentesis. A lot of you might know what it is, and a lot of you might be like, what is that? You're probably gonna Google it. I had that done. I can also do a video on my experience on that, because that also, there's a lot that goes into it. I can do a video on that specifically if you guys want to. Like I said, in order for me to know that that's something that you guys want to see, I would appreciate if you guys can leave it in the comments below instead of like messaging me, just because, like I said, I want to be able to interact with people, because I know a lot of you watch my videos, but I don't know about it because you guys never leave a comment. And it'd be nice for me to know, just so that I know that you guys are interested in watching these type of videos. But yeah, I had that done, and I obviously, when I had that done, I had to have an ultrasound. Well, not obviously, because a lot of you don't know, I had an ultrasound done. And I feel like the baby was feeling my stress around that time, because that day that they did the ultrasound, I felt the baby kick, and it was like, whoa, like, I don't know, I felt like he was frustrated or you know, stressed. And it was because, like I said, I was really nervous about having the amnio done. And even the ultrasound tech was like, whoa, like, I think he's a little upset. And I don't know, that's when I felt like, you know, the baby knows what I feel. So you try to keep in mind, like, okay, I need to try to be positive, because I don't want him to ever feel like I'm upset or sad because of him, because el baby no tiene la culpa. He doesn't know better. He doesn't know what's going on. Maybe he does know what's going on with how I've been feeling. But I felt bad that day. I was like, okay, you know what? I need to try to stay positive and remember that whatever happens, that's still our baby. And I want him to know that he's loved regardless of what's going on. But that day, I still remember it because I felt the kick. It was crazy. And what else? I don't want to forget anything. Then at 24 weeks, the heartburn continues, insomnia, itchy belly, I was craving gummies. I experienced leg cramps at 24 weeks. Like, I would get up and I'd be like, oh my God, se me olvidó la pierna. And I was like, oh my God, all dramatic. And then it would just go away. It would just be like for a couple of seconds. But yeah, like at 24 to 25 weeks, I feel like I felt everything. Like, I went from like, oh, I don't feel pregnant. This is a walk in the park, to like, I don't even want to complain, but it's just like, oh my God. Then at 25 weeks, I had my amnio results come back for the amniocentesis. So I had it done at 23 weeks. So it took 2 weeks to get the results back. And all that did was pretty much confirm the diagnosis one more time. It like completely confirmed it. We were able to I guess, how can I say it? When you receive the results to the amnio, you're like, okay, so, now we have to see how we're gonna move forward with things, right? So you can either, how do I put it? I like have to really think about it. You have to like, at the moment that you receive the results, it's like, I'm either gonna sit here and be depressed about it, or I'm gonna move on and be strong. And I feel like I've learned a lot because of it. It's just something, like I said, it just serves its own video because it's a lot that goes into it. If I sit here and tell you part by part, each thing will be here forever. Because like I said, there's been so much going on. I've gone to the doctor about 100 times already. I can't even, more than usual. I know like when you're pregnant, you go to a lot of doctor's visits, but I feel like I've been in and out the doctor like, I don't even know how many times. Anyway, so yeah, at 25 weeks, I got the results back. I did experience some spotting at 25 weeks. So it was very little, like casi nada, but it was there obviously. And I remember when I seen it, I did freak out. That's your first instinct, is to freak out, because you're just like, oh my God, like, is this really happening? Like, what does that mean? And then I'm like, okay, you know what? It's not, I don't think it's a big deal because it's very light. TMI, if you guys are like, what the fuck, why should you tell me this? But I'm telling you guys because it's something that you guys might experience. And when it happened, I did tell my husband. I mentioned it to him, and he was right away like, do you feel okay? Excuse me, do you feel anything else? Should we go to the hospital? It was right when I came out of work. So he picked me up and I told him. And I was like, you know what? No, I feel like it's okay. I'm gonna be fine. Because I didn't feel anything, like I wasn't cramping or anything. It was just very slight spotting. And I remember Googling it, and it did say it was normal unless like it was a lie. Like if you Google it, I know everybody says not to rely on Google, but for some parts, it's good to at least check. I also did check the book, what's it called? What to Expect When You're Expecting. I went into one of the pages, I remember seeing it, about like spotting and stuff, and then that helped me calm down. So then I mentioned it to the doctor, and he said it was normal as long as it didn't happen again, and it hasn't happened again, thankfully. But so yeah, I experienced that. I did still have leg cramps at 25 weeks. I was feeling very emotional. I did have some swelling of my feet. I think that day I had walked a lot. I don't even remember what I did, or I was like doing a lot of stuff around the house. And then when I finally sat down, I didn't have any shoes on, and I looked at my feet, and my feet looked kind of weird. But I haven't experienced it ever since then. I haven't had any more swelling on my feet. I did notice the other day my rings were really tight, but for the most part, it's back to normal. It'll just be sometimes. I don't know if it's something that I eat that it causes that. But yeah, I haven't had any more swelling. I feel like I have swelling on my face now. This week, I did ask my mom. She said she didn't notice it, but for me, I don't know. I look in the mirror and I feel like my face is a little bit swollen. Everything else looks the same except for like my face. But I don't know. You guys might be able to tell more than I can, because I see myself every day in the mirror. Also at 25 weeks, I was very thirsty. What else? My back started to hurt, especially while washing dishes. That's one thing I just cannot. I hate it. I still wash the dishes because I have this thing that I feel like only I wash the dishes correctly. I know this is gonna sound really stupid, but my husband's offered to wash the dishes, but I don't know. I just feel like I wash them a certain way. Or like, what if he doesn't clean them correctly? Which I know he will wash them correctly, but it's just a thing that I have. But it's one thing, like my lower back starts to hurt from standing for too long, from washing dishes. And like sometimes I try to take breaks and stuff like that. But yeah, I hate washing dishes, guys. I regret not getting a dishwasher. Just, I don't know if I'm being over dramatic, but I hate it. I hate it so much. Right, especially, I mean, well, like, I didn't hate it before, but now it's just like, what else? Oh, I know a lot of you guys asked me if I've gained a lot of weight during my pregnancy. I don't know how much weight I've gained, and I don't think it's much. The last visit that I went to was a week ago, and I gained four pounds. And I think before that, it's because before I was keeping track. When I was seeing my normal doctor, like they would write it down every time I would go. But then now that I'm seeing a high risk doctor, he doesn't do that. And but I know in the beginning I was losing weight. And then, like I said, the last time I went, I only gained 4 pounds. But he says he like checks my belly to see like the size of it, to measure the size of it. And he says everything's normal, everything looks normal. So he told me not to worry if I haven't gained much weight. And a lot of you guys want to see my belly, so I will show you guys my belly. Oh, another thing is that my belly button hasn't popped. I know a lot of people say that their belly button, or I've seen other people on Instagram, their belly button pops like after a certain amount of weeks. My belly button is the same. My mom said her belly button never popped while she was pregnant from any of us. So I don't know if that's just something that some people experience and not everyone, but my belly button looks exactly the same. My skin has been really good to me after like 22 weeks and on. No, not 22 weeks. I don't even know, but I went from having dry skin, dry hair to like now everything's back to normal. My hair's not dry anymore. My face isn't dry. I haven't had a breakout. It's been really good. My skin's been really good to me, guys. And I feel like it probably has to do with the fact that I haven't been as stressed. I still have a lot on my mind, but I've learned to control it. I've been happy at the fact that I was pregnant the whole winter. It's not so much winter anymore. So all I did was like hibernate. I'll be due June 1st, so before it even starts to get like really hot outside. I don't know if most of the time people's feet swell when it's the summer because of the heat, but I'm glad that I'm not gonna be pregnant around that time anymore. I'll get to enjoy the baby. So yeah, I think being pregnant during the winter is really nice because all I did was hibernate. You can't really do much. Plus I didn't want to do anything because of the whole COVID. But let me show you guys my belly and then we'll continue. So, wait. This is what my belly looks like. I'm telling you, it's all belly. I haven't gained weight anywhere else. Let me lift this up so you guys can see. That's what my belly looks like. And a lot of you guys, TMI, but a lot of you guys wanted to see that I didn't have any stretch marks. I will show you guys. This is the La Marca from my pants and my underwear, so don't laugh, but this is what it looks like. I don't have any stretch marks. I have like one down here, but I don't want to show you guys because that's like way too low. But I don't have any stretch marks. Like I said, this is from the pants because it has like a line right here. So I don't have any stretch marks. And like I said, it's all pretty much belly. I haven't gained weight anywhere else. And so yeah. And then let's see what else was I gonna tell you guys. Oh, these are, a lot of you guys wanted to see the lotions that I use. I don't know, like I said, I don't know if the stretch marks, oh shit. I don't know if the stretch marks are genetic or or not. I really don't know. I'm not a doctor, but I can say that these lotions have helped me. They smell nice and they moisturize your belly really good. This is the one I use. I mix them together. I'll put a little bit of both on my hand and then I'll rub my belly, the sides. I'll have Eric put some on my back sometimes. And this one, I got both on my Target. This one is called a Burt's Bees Mama Bee Belly Butter. It has shea butter and vitamin E. I don't know how to describe what it smells like, but it has a good scent, very simple scent. And I still have a lot, even though I do use it, guys. And then this one is the Golden Bond Ultimate Skin Therapy Cream. It's for healing and has alloy. I don't know how you would say it, but it's not greasy. And this one also smells good. It has a very simple smell, but yeah, they're both really good. Like I said, I mix them together and they're not expensive. I know there's other ones that you can buy, but it's like, why do you want to waste so much money when you can buy some from Target that are not expensive and that work the same? Or if you just want to try one, you can. But I believe the reason that they work is because they contain different things. Like I said, this one contains vitamin E, and I know they have them on Amazon too. And then the vitamins, the tomatoes that I've been taking are these. These are the ones, well, I got to choose between 3 of them. And then this is the one that I picked. And so far these have worked for me. I haven't had any issues. I was trying the one-a-day ones. I think they were called one-a-day. But for some reason they were making me really constipated. I don't know why. So I stopped taking those, and then I think I only took the one-a-day like for a week or 2. And then I was like, you know what, no, it's not for me. So these have been working good. They're the Multi Plus DHA, and it's the 200 milligram. But you know what, you have to check with your doctor to see what they suggest. This one says it supports the development of baby's brain, eyes, and nervous system. So yeah, I can't tell you to take these. I feel like you have to talk to your doctor to see what he recommends. Everybody has their preference, and people are gonna tell you their inputs and what they think. So yeah, talk to your doctor, but I like these. Like I said, they didn't make me feel sick or anything. And then these I started taking when I experienced the hair loss. I've been taking this forever, but when I got pregnant, I stopped taking them. But then I checked with my doctor. He said I could take one a day also. But I honestly don't know. I don't want to mix both. So the most I've taken of these a week is 2. So yeah, twice a week. This is for the hair because obviously, like I said, I experienced some hair loss, and well, this contains biotin. So these 2 I recommend. You can also find them at Target. And like I said, this I've been using forever, and I can tell you that this does help your hair and your nails, guys. Like I know it because for a while my hair was really long and black, and my hair was growing, and it was because of this. Anyway, so then the next thing is that at 26 weeks, which was last week, I started to feel really annoyed. Like my whole pregnancy, I've been calm, really happy, and then well, obviously I got bad news. But just recently, I feel like I get annoyed over the silliest things, and then I try not to be dramatic about it. But obviously, I have a feeling that has to do with the hormones. But like for instance, like it kills me when people have too much to say early in the morning, or like super jolly, and it's just like, dude, like it's too early for that. Like I just woke up, I'm pregnant, I'm tired, I haven't slept because I had insomnia last night, and you're just too much. Or like you're just rambling on so early about stuff that I personally probably don't care about. And it's not to be mean, and this is not something I would usually say, but I know it has to do with the pregnancy because I just get really annoyed easily. I am very sensitive. I'll cry if like Eric says something to me that I don't like, and it could be like the simplest thing now. I'll want to cry, and then I'll get over it, you know? But yeah, like I feel bad because like there's been things that just annoy me so quickly, and I try to have a lot of patience. but I'm sorry, like sometimes I can't control it. Another thing is that now the reason why I have insomnia has to do with the fact that I get up a lot of times to pee. I've been drinking a lot of water, but now obviously because my belly is getting bigger, I feel like I obviously have to get up in the middle of the night to pee, and sometimes I don't want to get up because I'm so comfortable, or like now it's harder to get out of bed. I actually experienced my first Braxton Hicks contraction last week, and oh my god, it was crazy because I never knew what that was. Obviously, it's not something that everyone experiences, but the first one I had was at work, and at that time I didn't even know it was that. I ignored it, right? So I was at work and I started to feel like I was calm, and I started to feel like this tightness in my stomach. And I remember pausing and I was like, dude, like, what is that? Like, do I have to go to the bathroom? Or like, I don't know, it just felt different, but at the same time, like, is that cramps? Like, what is it? So I was just sitting there trying not to move. So I literally sat there till the feeling passed. So then it passed, and like, whatever, I continued on. Then the second time I experienced it, I don't think it was in that week, or maybe it was in that week, later on in that week. So I think when that happened, that was like on a Monday. And then I went to the clinic on a Friday, and I experienced it again, and this was at the clinic, right? So I was waiting for the doctor, but this time the Braxton Hicks was a lot stronger. So I was just sitting there minding my own business. I was on the phone. And then I felt a tightness, but it was like a very uncomfortable tightness. Like I didn't know if I should move back and forth. I was just looking at her like, what the fuck? What am I feeling? And I'm like thinking like, oh my gosh, should I go tell the doctor? Should I go to the washroom? Like, what is that? So like when you don't know what you're experiencing, you panic a little, you know? So then I got up and then I started to walk. I was rubbing my belly, like, you know, because I'm like, if I could feel it, I'm pretty sure the baby can feel it. So you're like, oh my God, is he okay? So all these things go in your head. And then I'm like, you know what, that has to be a Braxton Hicks, because I just felt it the other day. So yeah, so after I walked around for a little bit and I rubbed my belly, it went away. But like for some reason, it feels like an eternity when that feeling you're going through. You're just like, man, like I want it to go away. But I was reading that it's usually not even that long. It's probably like 30 seconds, but to you it feels like forever. It might even last a minute. But I remember, since I was already at the clinic, once the doctor came in, I told him what I had experienced and the day that I had experienced it at work. And yeah, he confirmed that it was a Braxton Hicks. He told me it was completely normal. And so yeah, I explained to him the feeling that you feel when you get that. And he says it's just your body getting ready for the real contractions. But shit, let me tell you. Once he said that, that just, I guess, helps you so that way later on when you do experience the real thing, like your body's kind of getting ready for it. I'm like, if that hurts, I can just imagine what the real thing feels like. I'm like, I'm gonna die. That feeling is so uncomfortable. I didn't like the feeling at all, and I'm just like, man, if that hurt, I don't even want to think about what the real thing is gonna feel like. Anyways, and then at 26 weeks, I also had my COVID vaccine done. Well, the first one, I had the Moderna, and because I know there's two of them, so I had the Moderna. I think I'm saying it right. Hopefully, I'm not saying it wrong, but I went for my first dose, and I should be going for the second dose at the end of this month. And I did tell a lot of you guys on Instagram that so far everything's been good. I didn't get fever or anything like that, thank God. It's something that you want to check with your doctor. I know a lot of people were like, but you shouldn't do that because you're pregnant. People are always going to have a fucking opinion, let me tell you. Always. They're always going to try to tell you what you should eat, what you should eat, what you shouldn't eat, what you should do, what you shouldn't do. And it's like, you know what? I'm the mom of the baby. I'm the one carrying the baby. So if I spoke to my doctor about it, just watch or just listen and that's it. Like, have your opinion in your mind. I don't want to hear it, like, you know, unless I ask you for the opinion. But I spoke to my doctor. He highly suggested that I get it, so I did. I obviously looked into it, read about it, all that stuff. And I go for my second dose at the end of this month, so hopefully that goes well too. For the first one, I only experienced a little bit of soreness where I got it, which was on my left hand. And that was on the second day. And it wasn't to the point where I couldn't move my hand. I was able to move it. It was just like, it bothered me a little bit. And then that's it. By the third day I was fine. Everything had like gone away back to normal. And like I said, yeah, so we'll see how the second one goes. Hopefully still good. And then for this last week, pretty much guys, I've just been out of breath, tired, not so much sleepy, but just tired. And it's mostly from sitting. Like right now, ya estoy inquieta. Like I can't wait to get up and walk back and forth. I feel like I get really anxious. I get tired of sitting at work. So there's times where I'll be pacing back and forth, and I'm sure people there are like, you know, what's going on with this girl? Or maybe not, because obviously they know that I'm pregnant. I don't like to sit for too long because then my butt starts to hurt, my lower back, I start to feel uncomfortable. Then I feel like I start to slouch on the chair, and then I'm just like this, you know. I get very impatient, and then now my days seem a lot longer at work. Like I said, it's nothing personal. It's just obviously that my body's changing. But other than that, like I've been good, guys. It's just that obviously I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like everything is rainbows and butterflies. I know a lot of stuff that I mentioned to you guys might be stuff that you have heard from people that are pregnant. And then there's things that you're like that really happens. Like I said, every pregnancy is different. A lot of the stuff that I've experienced, other people haven't experienced. So it's just like, damn, like you've gone through a lot. And for some people it might be like, girl, that's nothing, you know? I can only speak for myself. But yeah, so like, excuse me, a lot of the stuff that has pretty much continued to be the same. It's the heartburn. I'm always thirsty, which is good because, you know, if I'm thirsty, I'll have the tendency of like drinking water. Obviously, once in a while, like I'll crave something else, coffee, or, you know, have a little bit of juice or whatever it is. You know, you're allowed to satisfy your cravings, guys. Don't be like, entre más te cuides, las cosas salen peor. So like, I hate when people are so like, oh my God, you know, you can't do this or you can't drink that. And it's like, girl, yo que me cuidé tanto since the beginning, there's a lot going on. And you guys might not know it because a lot of you guys don't know me personally or don't know everything that goes on. But I've been very lucky with the partner that I have because he's been so patient. He's been very understanding. And I feel like if I would have been stuck with someone who didn't care and who wasn't involved, I would have really been fucked, because with the situation and circumstances that we're in, I really, how can I tell you? It was very important for me to have that companion that is understanding. And thankfully I do have my husband, like I said, who's very helpful. He goes with me to he's gone with me to all the appointments. I think except for the first two because they didn't let him in. But it's like I said, entre más te cuidas, it's like, you know, don't be so concerned over the stupidest things. Like if you have a cup of coffee once a week, it's not gonna do anything. I promise you. Like if you want to check with your doctor, check with your doctor. But like I've asked multiple times, like, because people will see me drink 1 cup of coffee, and just because they see that, they're like, oh, you drink coffee every day. Like, no, I don't drink coffee every day. But you can't just sit there and just be like, I'm just gonna live on water and I'm not gonna eat anything either because todo me va a hacer mal. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, don't be so exagerada because it's not gonna get you anywhere. So what else? So yeah, guys, that was it. I went through week 16 through 27. Obviously I'm still in week 27. I don't think much is gonna change from here to Monday. It's already Saturday. So yeah, Monday I'll be on my in my 3rd trimester. So I'm really excited about that. Very thankful that I got to make it this far. Hopefully everything continues until the moment that I meet my little one. I'm really excited. I feel like in the beginning the time drags. I couldn't wait to get this far, and now I'm just like I'm excited to meet the baby, but I'm really nervous, and I'm also gonna miss being pregnant. So I'm trying to enjoy it, and like that's why I say, like, I try not to complain about things that are not a big deal, like my back hurting, or you know, I've been trying to walk a lot, even though sometimes it's like, well, how can I walk if I sit at work all day? Like there's not much like space to walk around. But I feel like it's gone smooth, and I'm gonna miss being pregnant. I like the feeling of being pregnant, feeling the baby move. It's the feeling that they obviously, like, you can't compare it to anything. You get what I'm saying? I don't know if I see myself having more kids. I know a lot of people ask you that when you're pregnant. It's like, I just want to see how this pregnancy goes all the way up till the delivery, and then we can talk about whether I want to have more kids or not. Because like I said, I'm already traumatized with those Braxton Hicks that I don't know if I would be able to want or like have another baby, because I don't know, I'm kind of scared. So but that's all for today, guys. I feel like I rambled a lot. Hopefully this video isn't everywhere. Hopefully it was helpful. If you guys have if you guys have questions, don't be afraid to ask me. Like I said, I'm more comfortable now than I was a few weeks ago. A few weeks ago, I didn't feel comfortable talking about the situation. But now, if you guys want to learn with me, and if you guys want to know a little bit more on what's going on, then go ahead and let me know down below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. I'm going to continue to post more videos. Hopefully the next video will be either on starting the nursery, because I do have some stuff, I just haven't really gotten to it, and I think I'm waiting up to around this time to start like doing things. I have like clothes and stuff, and I want to like start putting them in washing them, putting them in the hangers, but that would also have to be its own video. So yeah, let me know if you guys are interested in watching that. If you guys are, don't forget to subscribe. And that's all for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Mwah.